and it's probably good if I record this. So, I have to tell you, Harrison Schwartz with AFN Mortgage, right? AFN Mortgage, is that right?
AFN, American Financial Network.
There you go. And I'd give you his website, but I'm sorry, I got to look at this. So if you want to look up Harrison Schwartz, it's afncorp.com/web/Harrison Schwartz.
You lost me already. I got to do something about that.
That is a mouthful.
Or you could just
on the website.
We could just go to my IntelliCard and it's linked to my website. Use all the tools available. Mortgage checklist, calculator, pre-approval link.
Well, Harrison, thanks for joining us. People call
Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure, man. People call you the mortgage guru. You're not only a mortgage guru, you're a friend. We've known each other now for a couple of years. And, I know you live out in Arizona. And I have to ask, how's the weather there in the summer?
Summer. I bumped into my truck, the chrome panel on the bottom, and my leg stuck to it. Wow. It didn't feel good. Yeah, it was a little rough. It gets hot in the summer. Dry heat, wet heat, it doesn't matter. 120 degrees is 120 degrees, no matter how you slice it.
But, well, people say Arizona is a dry heat. 115 is okay. I said, listen, a pizza oven is a dry heat. I don't jump into it.
No, when you go in the pool and the water is 98 degrees in the pool, and you got to like run for the hose to put it in there, it's just, bro. The winters are nice. Listen, I mean, I got up this morning, it was like 55 and it topped out on like 75 today. So it's nice, but the summers are pretty brutal.
All right. Well, Harrison, listen, we have you on because we want to talk about what you do, how you help people. And, I'd like to really have you explain to people why is now, I know you're from New York, you moved to Arizona, but why is now such a good time to buy a house or to get a mortgage, a better rate? Why is now the time? Want to refinance or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, right now, first thing anybody's going to say, the rates, and they've been low for a while. I mean, last year we were locking people at 3.875, and it was so unheard of, and it's like, it's never going to get any better. And then all of a sudden, we're consistently locking people under 3. So the amount of savings that people are seeing with refinancing, lowering the monthly payment is just tremendous. Consistently under 3%. It doesn't go for everybody. It's my disclosure, but I mean, if you're looking to pay off credit card debt, they say if you have a $10,000 credit card and you just make minimum payments, it takes 30 years to pay it off. So you use the biggest asset that you have being your house, and you can wipe out all your credit card debt in one shot, get your credit score up, improve your life. And as far as purchases go, with the rates being that low, there are people that I've spoken to where they wanted to be pre-approved a year or two ago, let's just say, and they say, oh, I saw this beautiful house, it's $550,000, and I go over the payments, and maybe the payment's too high for them, or maybe they don't qualify for it. And now all of a sudden, with the rates being as low as they are, the difference of $300, $400 in that monthly payment now, with the rate being lower, now all of a sudden they can afford it. They could go for that house. They could get more for their money, with money being as cheap as it is.
And obviously, with the difference of $300 or $400, especially now, people look at it. And again, we have that short mentality, the microwave thing. Oh, it's only $300 a month. Well, hey, you want to know something? That's $3,600 a year. And if you take it out over 20 years, you're talking $65,000, $70,000.
30 years at $300 a month is $108,000.
That's crazy. That's
so crazy. I mean, why, what could you do with that money? I tell people like, $300, sometimes people say, well, okay, you have a son, you want to, you started driving, you want to lease him a car or something, or even if you just take that money and invest it, stick it under the mattress, whatever you do with it, it's still in your hand as opposed to just paying interest with it.
Well, and especially if you have children, that money's going towards the college education. And by the time, your kids go to school, I mean, I can't imagine how much it's going to cost.
Oh, they better get scholarships, these kids. my son's 6 years old. I'm like, you got to start learning calculus right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, calculus, that'll help them in the future.
Yeah.
So, when you moved, I remember when you moved a little over a year ago, what do you find as the main difference between home buying on the East Coast and home buying where you are. I mean, you know, Staten Island, Jersey, New York, Arizona.
I mean,
I can only imagine it's night and day.
you get a lot more for your money here. You know, um, you know, I saw a house. It's not too far from me. It's on a lake. It's 4 or 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. You have the backyard, and then past the backyard, you have a little gate with some steps. What does it lead to? It leads to your own personal boat slip. So, I mean, like, what would that cost in New York if you could find it? It'd be pretty wild. The cost of living here is pretty good, and you could still earn a living. So the amount of people moving into the state, the jobs are just growing, by leaps and bounds. But the thing is that it's the same pretty much all over the country because, I do loans everywhere, and wherever people are moving from New York, whether it's Texas, I just did one in Colorado, I mean, all over the place. And it's just such a seller's market, no matter where you go. There's just not enough houses. There's so many buyers with the rates being so low. Everybody got off the fence. Everybody's ready to buy now. So, I'll write a pre-approval for a client and then, he'll go put an offer in and then I'll have to do like 20 more pre-approvals for him because he gets outbidded or, somebody comes in with all cash. So it's a tough time to buy a house. But what I tell people is, listen, it's worth the trouble because you're getting you're getting more house for your money with a lower payment. So if you got to go through a few houses, get outbid a couple of times, maybe you have to adjust your strategy, put a little more money down, or just be a little more patient, But that's something that's the same. It seems to be everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
it's funny. And again, we're talking with Harrison Schwartz, the mortgage guru. And if you want to find him, I got to do this. It's afn.com/web/Harrison Schwartz. Very simple. Or you can actually go to our Facebook page and just scan the QR code of his card and you can get him. Now, you mentioned you can do loans all over. So you're not just restricted to doing stuff in Arizona, right?
No, I still do, a large portion of business. Listen, I'm doing this almost 19 years. So the referral business, thank God, that I have from New York, New Jersey, tri-state area is strong. I'm spreading my wings down here and, I do a couple of different things, like, B2B meetings, things like that to just kind of get myself out there. But the amount of people leaving the tri-state area is astronomical. Pennsylvania is close, but then, like I said, you got Texas, Colorado. I did a few in California. Nevada's growing by leaps and bounds. And now with COVID, people are realizing and companies are realizing, hey, this person can work remotely indefinitely.
Right.
I have a friend that worked in Manhattan and, he asked his firm, like, so when are we going to be coming back? And they said, we don't know if you're coming back. They said, everyone's working from home so well, why pay the rent? And so that opened his eyes and, they're looking to branch out from where they are.
It's funny you just mentioned that because a lot of these bigger companies where, you had to go in the office, even for sales jobs, you got to show up a couple of times a week.
Yeah,
the rest of the times you're out on calls anyway. What's the difference when you work at home, you go to an office, besides the fact you get out of the house? But the reality is, you can do the same now with the video calling and the phone calls and everything else that you could do in the office. Now these companies are not going to have to pay for these big building spaces, not going to have to pay for the electricity, the wiring, all the stuff that goes into it, and you can still be productive working out of home.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like it. Honestly, me, I can't stand it. I mean, maybe it's because my kids are 6 and 10 and, they've been doing they're going back to online schooling for 2 weeks after this break, after the Christmas break. So yeah, my wife's going to kill one of them, but I mean, but it's.
He didn't mean that for all you people
out there. Not literally.
This is going to go viral and they said, man says wife's going to kill kids. Not happening, people. All right. So easy out there if you're listening.
It's tough though.
Yeah,
it's tough, Sure, I mean,
sure.
And then my wife, you got all these parents that are like thrust into this position where they're supposed to be school teachers, So it's hard. I give her so much credit for doing it. My son, like he's 6, when he's done, he's done. She's like, all right, Jackson, what's 3 + 4? He's like, chicken. So,
chicken nuggets.
So it's like, all right, time for a break.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that about homes. I got to tell you, there's a house up the street from me here. I live in Florida on the West Coast, and this house went up for sale last week. And I just for the goof, I set up an appointment. I wanted to go see what was going on. right?
Mhm.
And it's, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, like 2,200 square feet, huge backyard, pool, and it goes right out to the lake. Okay, because I live right near the lake,
Mhm.
and my house doesn't go to the lake, but their house does. They were asking $498,000 for it.
Wow.
Sold pending sale in a day.
Really?
It was amazing. Actually made me think about putting my house up for sale too.
Yeah,
But where
seriously.
am I going to live, under a highway?
Listen, there's still people that are just way out of whack. There's a house on the corner where I live, and the guy's like $40,000 over what he should be asking. But the problem is like people are getting it because people are fed up with just getting outbidded. And I mean, not often, but we've been having some cases here and there where houses don't appraise for the sales prices that people are putting them on the market, and it's a tough situation.
Well,
It's a
they know
really tough.
because, like you just said, it's a seller's market right now. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, but this is
more,
tough. This
there's
is,
more
yeah,
demand than there's supply.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
again, and listen, there's always a downside to this at some point in time. At some point in time, there's always a downside to everything that's gone on now, right? There's like they say, don't let the cure be worse than the disease.
yeah.
But hopefully on the people will come out of this on the other end. Now, in Arizona, I'm not sure how your lockdowns are working. You guys are pretty free, right? You got the crazy governor like we got here, don't you?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. It's up to the people if they want to be careful because honestly, like everything's still open here. I mean, I was actually shocked that the school districts are the ones that are closing and making it like a 2 week after the holiday kind of thing. Um, the governor had no interest in closing schools. So the individual school districts said, whoa, because there were cases here and there where kids were getting it. A couple of teachers got it. So yeah, it's wide open.
Well,
It's
you
really
got listen,
it's
you got to be careful. You got to act responsibly, and I think that's what everybody just needs to do. So again, we're here with Harrison Schwartz of AFN, the mortgage guru. I really like that. The mortgage guru makes you sound like you know what you talk about. Which, by the way, he does. He does.
Thank you very much. I
Um,
couldn't think of a name that I didn't want to like name myself. I couldn't think of anything. And then I had a client tell me, you really are the mortgage guru. And I was like, I was like, all right, that sounds pretty good. I'll take it.
I've had some people call me names that have stuck throughout my life, and none of them were guru.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I've had a few of those too, but
yeah, but that's okay. And again, we're here with Harrison Schwartz with AFN. I got to do this website. I don't even know why, but if you're following it, afn.com/web/Harrison Schwartz. You could always find them on LinkedIn, which is very easy. Just LinkedIn, Harrison Schwartz, or
yeah.
you can actually go to the promo we put up the other day with your digital card. Now, of course, at some point in time, you knew, Harrison, this was going to turn to your digital card.
I love
How
my
has it
digital
helped you? I
card.
mean, you've been using it now for
I've
2 years.
been waiting.
Yeah, listen, I really want people to talk about their business because I don't know who's listening that might be wanting to go to Arizona or somewhere and that might need
Yeah,
some
yeah,
kind of mortgage help. Hey, you never know. But
yeah,
how has the card been doing for you? I know you've had it now for
yeah,
over 2 years almost.
yeah, yeah. I tell so many people about the card and I'm so enthusiastic when I talk about it that I'd say 50% of the time they ask me if I work for the company. So, I
People,
mean,
hey, listen,
listen,
people ask me the same thing.
I'm the worst salesman there is. I go to mixers, I forget business cards every time. Like I'll walk up to the door and go, like not one card on me. And that alone to me is the best thing in the world. I think that makes it, worth more than anything because you know what? I could just say to somebody here and then you get their information. Now you have them saved as a contact, but more importantly, everything's in the card. My testimonials are in there, which I love. That's
And
the greatest
and by
thing.
the way, I've noticed you've had some tremendous testimonials. I catch
Yeah.
them on LinkedIn, I catch them on Facebook. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my clients are listen, I treat clients like family, you know what I mean? I wear my heart on my sleeve, you know what I mean? So I'm very forthcoming with people and people react to that. So when they close, I love it. They write nice reviews. And, we were at like a sales conference and they were saying like, it was either 70 or 80% of people before they buy anything or use any services, they go online and research. And I found it myself. I do it too. You want to see what that person's about.
sure.
Um, so having just that link on there is just tremendous. And then everything else, the mortgage checklist. I mean, I could be outside the office and, somebody says, hey, what do I have to send you for for a pre-qualification? I could just text them my card. They got it. And even with realtors that I work with, it's a great tool. I just, I give you a call and then you design, I take care of the card for them and they start raving about it. And, it's good for you. It's good for me because it's a tool that nobody really I've seen use, nobody else has it.
Well, now, now with COVID, people, they really should start using it more, especially if you're virtual and you're not really getting out there.
Yeah.
It's just sharing information at the touch of a button. And I don't know about you, but once this whole the apocalypse is over, whenever they decide it's going to be over, and not getting political, all right, people, just
no. I love it. I love it.
I'm talking to the people on Facebook, all right.
And I just want to get you rolling on that.
Whenever they decide the apocalypse is over, I guarantee you, I'm not going to be touching any paper cards. First it was, now it's the election and the election's over. Then it's bring out the COVID again. So, and again, I'm not making light of it because, my son actually just had it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, he called me up. He said, "Hey, Dad, I can't taste anything." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Do what you have to do. And 4 days later, he was okay. But, if you have underlying conditions and you're more susceptible, it's pretty, it's real. It's no joke. Yeah. It's real.
No,
it's real.
It's sad. I just saw on Facebook a realtor that I just did a deal with maybe like a month ago, just passed from COVID.
Oh, is that the older gentleman? I think I saw him. Shine, I think was his name. I don't remember. Something.
I hate to say it. I forget his. I forgot his last
name.
Yeah,
I don't mean to put you.
Nicest,
right.
Nicest, sweetest guy in the world. It broke my heart seeing that. Just a really genuine guy. It's scary, and especially down here. I mean, I do make light of it too. Like, I think, oh, it's just the wild west, but it's true. Like, just wear a mask. Like these people, like I go into Walmart and you see these people fighting, like, I'm not wearing a mask. I was like, stop, just do it.
I've never seen anything like it, and again, I'm not getting political and I'm not making.
No, not at all.
All I'm saying is that, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, all those places, COVID doesn't go there, by the way. So if anybody really wants to be safe, just go into one of those places and you'll be okay. I mean, seriously, you want to eat, you can't eat in the restaurant, but you can eat at the McDonald's or Starbucks inside of Walmart.
I know. Well,
I'm going to catch so much flack for this interview today. All right. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care today. Look, I haven't shaved. It's New Year's coming up. It's Boxer Day today. Also, I think so. Boxer Day. Canada is, I don't know what. Sure. Boxer Day. All right. whatever. Boxer Day. All right.
It's so excuse to have a drink.
That's right. But,
it's a holiday.
I don't want to make light of it. This is our last interview before the new year, and I definitely appreciate you coming on. It's Harrison Schwartz, AFN.com/web/Harrison Schwartz. And something just came up on my computer screen and said, "Steve, shut up and stop making fun of stuff." I'm not, okay? I'm not. And, I'm going to look to my left because I know people are listening and, I like to see what they have to say. I better put this on mute. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
All right. So Joe Pizzamente. Hey, Stephen Harrison. Hey, Joe, what's up? Big shout out to Joe Pizzamente. Joe Pizzamente. More and more people will be working remote and also having home-based businesses. Joe is actually one of those guys.
Okay.
Let's see. Joe Pizzamente. We have some names for Steve, but this is a family show. And Joe Pizzamente again. I mean, Joe, are you the only guy listening? If you are, you got some issues, okay? I love you, man, but you got issues. He says, "I'll be calling Harrison when I get my." I gotta laugh. I'm only laughing because you only know why. "I'll be calling Harrison when I get my Arizona home in the future."
There you go. Yeah.
We may know a couple that may be available.
Yeah. I work with some good realtors down here. They're good people. It's look, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit slower down here just than from what I'm used to. But
you think?
Yeah, but it's listen, it's a nice break.
I'm
It's a nice
sorry.
break.
I need Arizona business. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, by the way, the digital card will make life easier, faster, and better for you in Arizona too. Um, I'm telling you, I'm really
That
feeling
was a
it.
nice segue. I like that.
Oh, somebody's calling me, and I don't know who it is, but it's probably one of those calls. You ever get those calls? And I'm going to digress for a second because we're having a good time anyway.
Yeah,
I don't want to make,
always
I had someone tell me the other day, yeah, your show's good, but it should be scripted. Yeah, okay, script this. I got nothing to script
scripted.
here. Okay,
Shooting
yeah.
from the hip. That's what makes it entertaining.
That was my brother, by the way. Scripted. Okay, who am I? Andrew Cuomo, whatever that guy. Who am I? Fredo, are you listening? I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. Caller on line 3. Go ahead. You're on live.
Yeah, caller on line 3. You're on. I totally forgot because we started getting into some of the other stuff. I don't know. Talking about scripting. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, it wasn't that important. But Harrison, listen, I know you're a big sports fan. Now, the New York Rangers, I bet is your hockey team, right?
100%.
Yeah, you heard the sad news today, I'm sure, about Henrik Lundqvist.
No.
Well,
I've been stuck in this office all day.
Well, he can't play this year. Well, you probably knew that. He's actually going for open heart surgery to replace. He's having some aortic valve replacement, and so it doesn't look like the King will ever be playing hockey again, which is a
I get
shame.
alerts for everything. I get alerts for everything on my phone. I don't even know how I get all these alerts, and I didn't get that.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. Because they're tracking your phone, which we don't do with your digital card. Remember that.
Big Brother's always watching.
Yeah, somebody's always watching. I try to make this as fun as possible. We could talk about mortgage, we could talk about the cards. I really do appreciate you coming on. I know it's dinner time, right? What's it, 5:30 there almost?
Yeah, it's about 5:20 here. I mean, listen, we could talk about mortgages, but I mean, look, the bottom line is you got to go with who you trust. We've all got the same programs, and within a quarter of a point, our rates are pretty much the same. But it's the research of, who's got, clients that have been happy with them, who's going to get you to the finish line with the least amount of stress, and in times like this, with the slowdown that we had because of COVID, or the ups and downs with rates because of COVID, and programs disappearing because of COVID, and then just the stalemate of the sheer volume of the amount of people that were trying to get mortgages at the same time. You really gotta, you gotta go with somebody like me, who's gonna really, gauge your expectations. You don't want to
listen. At the end of the day, you got to go with someone you trust and you like.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm sure your business is very high referral based. Has to be, right?
Yeah,
I got definitely a great guy over here, and people trust you. It's similar to me. I mean, people come and say, "Well, I saw the card here," or "I heard about you from this person," and it's all about the service and support because. Listen, in this world, if you don't serve, people forget to support the service. And, I'm going to attest to this. I've never done business with Harrison outside of the digital card, but I've seen the testimonials. I've talked to people, and I know one thing: he follows through on what he says, and he's there for you. So, if you want to do business with someone and you want to count on someone, you go to people that you could trust. I highly recommend them. I would use them if I was moving to Arizona or anywhere, but I'm not moving to Arizona, so don't worry about that.
Why, you don't like scorpions?
Hey, listen, I got snakes in my backyard here, man. Are you kidding me?
Let me tell you something. So quick story. So over the summer, it was just brutally hot, as I said. And what do you do in the heat, right? All of a sudden, we have a scorpion goes across the floor in the living room. That's it. My wife's like ready to pack the boxes. I'm done. We're leaving. So, so I go online. I'm Googling, how do you get rid of them? And I see a black light and a blowtorch, huh? So the entire summer, I spent my summer hunting scorpions in the backyard. And I talk to people down here, and they're like, I'm here 40 years. I've never seen a scorpion. If I didn't kill 50 scorpions in my backyard, I didn't kill one.
Yeah,
You know,
they
you got
never
to get
see
them.
him. Sure, they never see him. It's like,
But
listen, I get the people telling me, "Oh, I don't see many snakes back here." About a week ago, there was a 6-inch snake in my backyard. I refused to in the pool, and I have a bird cage, and I'm like, "How did this thing get in here?" Well, you go in the
yeah,
backyard, and the thing's out there snaking around and doing whatever snake things do,
yeah,
and it's like, I'm chasing it with a golf club. Oh
yeah.
no, pick it up and put it. You pick it up
Pick
and
it
put it.
up.
You pick it up and put it back in your own bush,
You
man.
pick it
Get
up.
this thing out of
Yeah,
here. And then
yeah. Good luck.
again, we have alligators and stuff since we do
Yeah.
live by the lake, which they're always very charming. I get to see them on the golf course from time to time.
You do? Yeah.
Whenever I get out. I'm the
Oh.
guy. I golf with my neighbor. He's in my COVID bubble. So one day we're
Hmm.
out on the golf course. The pro shop is 45 seconds from my front door. So one day we're out, we're golfing, we're on the 11th hole, and there's like a 12-foot gator just taking in the sun, And I got to go up. I'm within 5 feet with my camera trying to take a picture. And he's yelling from about 50 feet behind me, "Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy." Don't be the guy that gets snapped by an alligator and, man in Florida eaten by alligator just for a 45-cent golf ball.
Be famous, viral. I mean, you wouldn't be around to see it, but it'd go viral.
Listen, if you want to see something viral, you got to Google. I forgot where the guy was in Kentucky. There was a guy today in, I think it's Kentucky. Well, it sounds like Kentucky, but he was in a bathrobe, a winter hat, and slippers while he was chugging a beer in his driveway with a flamethrower, melting the snow and ice in his driveway.
Wait, I think I saw that. The guy was like walking down like a long driveway.
Yeah.
Is that great?
He had to justify to his wife because, see, I told you this flamethrower would come in.
It would come in
one day,
Yeah, you said I'd set myself on fire, huh?
So now, before we go, Harrison, how do you feel about your chances next week with the Giants on Sunday? Got to ask you that.
Forget it. The season's over.
Wow.
I can't.
Hey, if they win and the Redskins lose, the Giants are in, right?
Yeah. And then they actually, with what, a 6-10 record, win the division, and they're gonna host a playoff game.
And they get a home game.
The NFL East. It's just depressing.
Well, I would have said the Redskins might not have a shot at winning, but they've just increased their chances because this morning they released Dwayne Haskins.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know how they that guy. I don't even know how they let that guy start the second half, and then they brought in the guy Heineken or whatever his name is.
Oh my God! Wait, so who's gonna be quarterback for
Heineken?
Washington.
Heineken. If Alex Smith can't play, Heineken's going to start.
I heard he's not playing.
Then grab yourself a Heineken because that's the guy. That guy threw for more passing yards in 6 minutes than Dwayne Haskins did in the last 2 weeks.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the football season's over for me. I'm just having a good time. I got DirecTV, so I got that NFL tickets. I've been flicking around watching different games. My father says, he calls me up. He goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I went out." "You're not home watching the Giant game? Are you serious?" Nah, I can't. I'm gonna stay home for that. Forget it. Start throwing stuff around the house. My wife gets mad. I can't do it.
All right. Well, listen, Harrison, I want to wish you a happy and healthy new year. And thanks for coming on again. If you weren't tuned in to this half comedy show, half business, it's AFN. Hold on. AFN Corp. Holy, have I been saying it wrong? Yes.
Oh, just Google my name and put AFN. I'll come up.
It's AFNcorp.com/web/Harrison Schwartz, the mortgage guru. Again, thank you again, Harrison.
Thank you for having me, and have a happy new year, Steve.
You too, brother. We'll be in touch. All right.
All right.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.